Hi ladies and gentlemen, here's my 19th video message related to COVID-19. It's April 16, 2020, 5 p.m. First, the situation here in Gaspé. No new cases in the area today. We are still at 103 cases in the greater region of Gaspésie de la Madeleine. Officially, we still have fewer than 5 cases in the entire MRC Côté Gaspé. I remind you to remain cautious and vigilant as much as possible in spite of everything. Today, my message is intended to announce our decisions on access to our municipal recreational infrastructures. But first, just a word to tell you that the federal government yesterday announced good news, which is the expansion of the criteria for the Canadian Emergency Response Benefit to include workers earning less than $1,000 a month, and to include also our people in seasonal sectors whose EI benefits are ending and who are at risk to having no job this summer. So I'm thinking mainly of the tourism workers because the season will be extremely quiet, but also the fisheries, which are experiencing uncertain future. So good news for you, when your unemployment benefits ends, you should have access to the CERB. It should relieve many of them. It remains to be assured that the CERB will stretch until the beginning of your next work season, which will be for many in the spring or summer of 2021. Also, the Quebec government announced the introduction of a new telephone service for people who are wondering if they can enter or leave the region. It's 1-877-553-0712. Of course, you are strongly encouraged not to travel between regions, but if you really have to do it, call this number in advance and they will give you the information if you will be able to pass or not. They can even give you a pre-authorization. Now, let's talk about our decision on recreational infrastructures. Many of you have asked us many questions. Our decision here is based on the alignment given to us by the Regional Director of Public Health. Physical activities and the outdoors are good for the body and for your mind. But you have to follow the rules of physical distancing. This decision will evolve from week to week, month to month. As the situation evolves, we are going to adjust. And among the adjustments, citizen compliance will be a determining factor. So, if you don't play with the rules, we are going to shut them down. So, here it is. First, access to the beaches will be permitted, but where there are service buildings, they will be closed until otherwise advised. So, no toilets. It's to reduce the problems of disinfection and to prevent people from staying too long on the site. We will get some fresh air and walk, but no gathering for hours. Preventing signalization will be set up at the busiest beaches. The position on buildings will be reassessed as we move forward in the pandemic. The same goes for the rescuers in Harleman Beach. We will reassess soon. Second, the bike path will be opened with restrictions. The problem is that the asphalt is between 1.8 meters and 2.1 meter wide. So we're going to allow walking and running only. People who pass or meet will have to do so by tying each other on the bottom of the asphalt to respect the 2 meters. For cycling and rollerblades, it would be unsafe to ride next to the asphalt, so we will ban them for the time being. As soon as the display is installed, probably next week, our teams will go to remove the snow. 3. The boardwalk between Berceau du Canada and the museum is less than 2 meters wide. It will be open one way only for walkers only, no running. So no meeting, no overtaking. So depart from Berceau or from the staircase near the bridge and walk to the museum. You go up the stairs and you return along the 132 road. This route was chosen so that people would return safely in front of traffic to the wide shoulder and without any intersection. After that, the outdoor spaces of Berceau du Canada will be accessible to walkers. But again, as with the beaches, the buildings will be closed until otherwise. So a walk or family picnic, it's fine, but no more at this moment. We will soon decide on our other tourist sites in collaboration with our partners managing these sites. The athletic track behind CE Pouliot School will also be accessible when snow will be melted for walkers and runners, again with preventive display. The mountain bike trails of Mont Béchervaise will also be accessible only for mountain biking, one way only. In this case, I refer you to Club Velocipeg, which manages it. After that, all parks and children's play areas will be closed. The same goes for the skate park and the pump track. It's impossible to respect the 2 meters rule or to avoid gatherings there. For the sport fields, paved rinks, soccer fields, softball, tennis, basketball, etc., government guidelines are weighted. So at this moment, it's impossible to practice these sports by always being 2 meters and without any gathering. So we keep them closed. But we may adjust in the next few weeks. In short, if we summarize, we opened with restrictions the following accesses for walkers at the beaches, bike paths, athletics track, promenades, Berceau du Canada, and road network. For the runners, beaches, bike path, athletic track, and road network. For the cyclists and rollerblades, road network, including the Tour of the Bay. And for the mountain cyclist, Béchervaise, or the forest road network. You have to know that this decision is considered reasonable and responsible in the current circumstances. We also hope that it will meet the expectations of the majority of the people. Basically, we must always remember that the 2 meter distancing rule prevails over everything. And I remind you, we're moving slowly, but we are going to go in gradually adjusting. So, if we see that the rules are not being followed, we're going to back off and we're going to shut it down. We do it with reserves and because we trust people to follow the guidelines. In closing, I'm not repeating all the instructions we already know, but just the keywords. Hand washing, distance of 2 meters, maximum containment, local purchase, and take care of our elders, please. Also, a big thank you to all those who worked for essential services. You are very important to the people. Thank you for following the instructions. It's important. Every move counts. Every action counts. Everything's going to be fine. Thank you.